New at 6 o'clock, he is among the richest men in West Michigan. His family name undoubtedly familiar to you. And tonight, for the first time in a television interview, Doug Meijer is opening up about his struggles with depression. His hope is to encourage those suffering to get help. And 24-hour News 8's Leon Hendricks joining us right now with more on this exclusive one-on-one. Leon.
Susan, good evening. Yeah, it's an important issue, and Doug was happy to talk about it. He's certainly a billionaire, among the richest in the United States. You've surely seen his work, but it's not likely you've ever seen him like this. Candid, open, and discussing a very personal struggle with an illness many battle in quiet shame.
Free to disclose my own challenge.
Doug Meijer. His name is on the face of the Midwest's most dominant supermarket chain. Founded by the late Fred Meijer, Fred's sons, Doug and Hank, now run the company. Together, the brothers are reportedly worth more than $6 billion. The limelight isn't their thing. But now, in a rare, personal, sit-down interview, Doug Meijer is here to confirm
The old saying, money can't buy happiness. And it's true.
Meijer told us his struggles with depression began several years ago. Though his company boasted continued success, he was dealing with a serious internal struggle.
But I wasn't happy. There was something missing.
Eventually, Meijer spoke with a doctor about his concerns, and he was diagnosed. He said the feeling of despair amid a failing marriage felt like a downward spiral.
And I think it was the fear of what am I going to find down the road? Am I going to find happiness? What is happiness? Do I really want happiness?
Meijer is just one of many people battling depression in our state. In too many cases, that battle ends in suicide. In 2014, experts say on average that one person died by suicide every 6.5 hours in Michigan, the 10th overall leading cause of death.
Hopefully people will hear my story, our story, other stories, and we'll be able to relate. We'll be able to think that, it's not so bad.
Mental health experts say most suffering with mental illness do not get medical treatment. Doug said he felt himself reaching rock bottom.
I didn't know how much more of it I could take.
In the midst of it, Doug's father died. Doug was diagnosed with cancer, and he was divorced, all in the same week. Today, he says treatment has brought him to a much better place.
But I'm happier. I'm smiling. I'm here doing the interview.
Doug is also using his story, his message, and his money to get behind efforts that raise awareness of mental illness. Efforts like I Understand and the Mental Health Foundation of West Michigan, both with missions surrounding mental health awareness and suicide prevention. It's one way Doug says he hopes to carry on the legacy of the man who founded the Meijer supermarket brand, whose legacy in this community goes far beyond the checkout lane.
See, he wanted to leave the world a little better place. And we're sitting in a beautiful Frederick Meijer Gardens right now. And he did make the world a better place. And if I can make the world a better place in my own way, that will make me even happier.
And when Doug tells his story, his focus is all about getting help, getting treatment. One of the ways he got that treatment is through a celebrity doctor and the repurposing of a commonly used drug. Coming up on the all-new 24-hour News 8 at 7 o'clock tonight, we'll show you the treatment and go one-on-one with Dr. Keith Abloh about what it is and how he's seen it work in Doug's case and many others.
I think just by talking about this, Doug is reaching so many people and having a huge impact.
Absolutely. You have to imagine it was a tough decision for him to do. There's a lot of stigma surrounding this, but talking is an important part of this.
Absolutely is. Okay, Leon, thank you. This is a very serious topic, and there are a number of resources in West Michigan for you to turn to if you are struggling with depression. The West Michigan Mental Health Foundation and Network 180 are a couple of organizations that are there to help. The numbers are on your screen. You can find more information on our website at woodtv.com.